Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another updates from my YouTube channel. Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about how to integrate Spring Boot with RabbitMQ. So first of all, I would like to discuss about what is RabbitMQ and how the standard RabbitMQ message flow will look like. I'm going to explain. Okay, so first of all, what is RabbitMQ? RabbitMQ is a message broker. It accepts and forwards the messages. Okay, let me open my PPT here. RabbitMQ will use AMQP, that is Advanced Message Queuing Protocol. AMQP is an open standard wire specification for asynchronous message communication. It provides a description of how a message should be constructed. So this is standard RabbitMQ message flow. So here we have a producer, exchange, binding, queue, and consumer. So producer will send the messages to the exchange. From this exchange, it will send the appropriate queues here. From these queues, the consumer will pick the messages. Okay, that is like pull the messages from that appropriate queues. So I'm going to explain in detail here. So here we have a producer. A producer is a user application that sends a messages. Okay, that sends a message to the exchange. So the exchange receives the message. The exchange is now responsible for routing of the message. Okay, the exchange must know exactly what to do with the message that it receives. And after that, we have a routing key. Okay, so we will define the routing key here. The routing key is a message attribute. The exchange looks at when deciding how to route the messages to the queues. So here we have binding. So binding is a link that you set up to bind a queue to an exchange. Okay, so this is a link, guys. So you will use this binding to set up from exchange to that queue. And finally, we have a queue. Queue is a buffer that stores the messages. And we have a consumer. A consumer is a user application that receives the messages. Okay, this is how the standard RabbitMQ message flow will be look like, guys. We have couple of exchange types. So AMQP is made up of exchanges, queues, and bindings. The first one is direct exchange, Fanout Exchange, topic exchange, headers exchange, default exchange, that is nameless exchange. So these are the types I'm going to explain now, and after that I'm going to show you practically as well. So let's begin the first one, that is direct exchange. Direct exchange route the messages to the queue by matching a complete routing key. Here if you observe, here we have a routing key as B. Okay, when the producer will send the message to the exchange, so the exchange will have routing key. The routing key is B. So route the messages to the queue by matching a complete routing key. If the routing key is matching with the binding key, that is B, then it will send the messages to that appropriate queue here. Okay, routing key is binding key. So that is the direct exchange, guy. So let's implement this example. So let's open Spring Initializer. Okay, so here, so before we are going to create the project, we need to install the RabbitMQ in our system. Okay, and either you can use RabbitMQ software to install in our system, or you can use the Docker as well. Okay, I'm going to use the Docker. So this is the Docker run to run the RabbitMQ in our machine. So Docker run. So this is the port number, and this is my container name, and this is my image name. Okay, let's start this. It's going to take a couple of minutes to start this RabbitMQ in your system. It started, guys. Okay, so let's generate the project by using Spring Initializer here. I'm going to check RabbitMQ. So first of all, I need a Spring RabbitMQ. I need a producer, right? So let's create producer. I need a web dependency, and after that I need a Lombok dependency for the setters and the getters, and I need a RabbitMQ, that is Spring for RabbitMQ. Let's generate this project, and you can import into your IDE. Okay, so I already imported into my IDE, guys. Let's open this project. Okay, we need to create one configuration file, that is RabbitMQ configuration file. So inside this configuration package, I'm going to create RabbitMQ configuration. Okay. So let's annotate with configuration. Okay, so to work with this, as we discussed, we need queue. Okay, so let's define the queue as a bean here. So the queue is this Spring Framework AMQP core guide. Okay, so let's define this. Queue. So I'm going to define some name here, queue.a, and I'm going to provide durable as false. Okay, after that we need one more bean, so that is direct exchange. So I'm going to use exchange as a direct exchange here. Okay, let's return new direct exchange. So let's provide some name. Okay, exchange dot direct here. Okay, and after that add one more bean, so that is binding. We need binding, right? So as we discussed, we need binding, so let's take binding here. So this binding will take queue. Okay, so this queue I'm going to take it as QA, so queue name A, and after that I'm going to take direct exchange. So let's take, I'm going to return binding builder here. Okay, this binding builder will bind the queue, so that is okay a queue, and after that I'm going to provide the exchange name, that is direct exchange here. After that I'm going to provide some routing key here. Okay, let's provide routing dot a here. Okay, so that's it. So let's provide some constant here. So at final we need message converter, guys. So this message converter return as Jackson JSON message converter. Okay, and we need final bean, so that is rabbit template, guys. Okay, take rabbit template. So we need to provide the connection factory. So connection factory here. Okay, let's create rabbit template object. Okay, and provide argument as connection factory here, and we need to set message converter here. Okay, that is created here. This message converter I have set here. Okay, and after that return this rabbit template. That's it. Okay, so our configuration file is ready, and so here I have only one bean, so let's create one more bean. So sorry, like queue, so that is BQ here. Okay, and let's create one more binding. So this is binding B and QB, and let's write routing.b here. Let's create one more constant here, that is routing B. Okay, it's ready now, guys, and let's create one more model. So inside the model I'm going to create message. So this message will have getters and setters. Okay, and I need like 2 strings to print the message data. So let's take private int id, private string name here. Okay, our message is ready, and at final I need one controller guys to send this message. So let's take controller package. Inside that I'm going to take producer. Okay, this producer will treat as REST controller. So let's annotate with REST controller here, and let's auto void. So I need a Rabbit template, right? So let's take Rabbit template. So this Rabbit template will have all the methods related to send and receive the messages. So I'm going to take one more auto void. Okay, so I'm going to take direct exchange here that we have declared in the configuration. Okay, so from that configuration file I'm going to get the name. So let's write one more method. So I'm going to create one method, that is send method. Okay, it's going to take message and okay, and this Rabbit template will have the method convert and send method. So let's maximize this guys. So this convert and send will take exchange. Okay, so exchange dot get name, and after that we need to provide the routing key here. So let's provide routing key here as routing dot a. So as per the routing key, it will redirect that message to that particular queue. So the routing key will bind to that particular queue guys, and after that we need to provide the message, right? So let's provide message here, and let's return some message sent. Sorry guys, successfully. Okay, so this message I'm going to take it as request body. So let's annotate with post mapping here. So provide some endpoint name. Okay, so I just provided post here. So that's it. So let's start this guys. Okay, started. So let's open the postman. So here I'm going to provide some data, ID equal to 1, something name. Okay, so let's provide some Tom, and let's hit this endpoint. Okay, I got the output like message sent successfully. So let's open RabbitMQ server here. Okay, this is the RabbitMQ server guys, and I have started through the Docker. So here we have like connections, channels, exchanges, queues, okay, admin, all those information is available. So if you click on exchange, so you will see the exchanges here. So we have created the exchange.direct, right? So let's click on this. So here you will see the message, and here we have a bindings. So this exchange is binded to this queues. Sorry guys, QA, QB, and the routing is routing.a, routing.b. Okay, and let's click on the queues. So here you will see the two queues, q.a, q.b. Okay, so here I have received the message on the QA because I have provided the routing as A, right? That is the reason I got the message on QA. So if you are providing like routing B, then it will send the message through this QB. Okay, so it's, if you want to see these messages, so let's click on this queue and let's open this bindings. So here you will find the message guys, the actual message. Click on the get messages. So here you can see the payload. Okay, ID is equal to 1, name is equal to Tom. So now I'm going to create consumer to receive the messages. Okay, so let's take RabbitMQ and let's take Spring RabbitMQ Consumer. So here also I'm going to take web dependency and Lombok dependency, and after that I need a RabbitMQ dependency, that is Spring for RabbitMQ, and you can generate this consumer, you can import into your IDE. Okay, I already imported this consumer in my ID to save the time. So let's open this source directory here. Okay, so let's go back to your producer. We need that configuration, right? So this RabbitMQ configuration is same for producer and the consumer. So let's copy this configuration and this model. So that is message. Okay, let's come back to consumer and let's paste here. Okay, so this configuration is same for like both producer and the consumer, and we have message. So finally we need consumer. So let's create controller. Okay, consumer. So let's annotate with that of component, and so here I'm going to take one method private void. So let's add method receive method. Okay, this is going to be accept the message. So this is a message. Okay, so here I'm going to print this message. Let's take SL4J for the logging. So this is a Lombok SL4J, guys. You can just add that annotation to print, okay, your logger here. So here you can just print your message. That's it. Okay, so here we need to add Rabbit listener, guys. This Rabbit listener will have queues. So let's provide some queue name here. Okay, I'm going to take like different queues because I have two queues here. Okay, I need to know which queue is got the message. Okay, receive from B. So here, okay, that's it. So let's start this application and test it. Okay, so the application is already running and 8080, guys. So let's add server dot port equal to 8081. Okay, let's start this. Okay, so the receiver is started. So if you see this, I think something is went wrong. Let's open this. There is a consumer. Oh, okay, this is the mistake, guys. So actually it's supposed to be A here. That is the reason it's printed B. Okay, that's okay, but I got it from QA only. Okay, so if you want, you can restart your application and can send it again. Okay, let's send it again and come back here. You can check it out. So now this time it's printed message received from QA. Okay, so it's working fine. So direct action is working fine, guys. So now I'm going to another exchange. Okay, let's open our PPT here, and next one is Fanout Exchange. Okay, the Fanout Exchange route the message to all the queues bound to it. Okay, so here we have producer will send the messages, okay, to the exchange. This is a Fanout Exchange. The Fanout Exchange will send the message to all the queues. From these queues the consumer will pull the message. So let's see practically, guys. So this is my producer, right? So let's open configuration, RabbitMQ configuration here, and here we have QA and QB, and here we have direct exchange, right? So let's change to Fanout Exchange. Okay, let's copy this and let's change Fanout. The exchange name is Fanout here, and here also I'm going to change Fanout Exchange. Okay, so if you use the Fanout Exchange, it doesn't contain any routing key. Okay, so that's why we are getting this with method. Let's comment this routing portion and come back to this QB, and here you can change to Fanout Exchange. Okay, let's comment this one as well. That's it. Come back to this producer. So here, so let's remove this routing key and change this from direct exchange to Fanout Exchange. That's it. And let's start this application. Okay, before that, so let's stop this. Okay, let's start this. So I'm going to start the RabbitMQ producer. Okay, it started, guys. Okay, so now the message is sent successfully, and let's go to this RabbitMQ configuration. Let's click on the queue. We have two queues, QA, QB. Okay, these two queues got the messages. Okay, because we routed to these two queues in the configuration, guys. Okay, so let's click on this QA, and you can see the binding here. So this exchange at Fanout to this queue, and if you can see this message, get message. Okay, this is a payload, and after that we have exchanges. Let's click on exchange at Fanout, and you can check this exchange is okay, it's bounded to this QA and QB. And now let's open our producer again, and let's copy this configuration, guys. Copy this, come back to consumer, and let's paste. Okay, just to override because already there, and let's open this consumer here. Okay, let's start this application. Okay, if you can observe here, so we got the two messages from QA and QB. It's working fine, guys. Okay, let's open our PPT here. Okay, this is Fanout Exchange. The next one is Topic Exchange. The Topic Exchange route the message to the multiple queues by matching a routing. So if you see here, so here we are sending the message to the message A to the exchange. Okay, what this exchange will does is basically it's going to be route the message to the multiple queues by matching routing. How it's going to send the messages to the multiple queues is it's going to be partial match. Let's say that, so if you are sending message equal to A, okay, the binding key is A, B, and here I have a dot star. So when you send message A, then it will match with binding key A and dot star. So it's matching with partial match, right? So then that is the reason it will send this message to this queue and this queue as well. Okay, so this is the topic exchange. So I'm going to implement this topic exchange here. Let's open our producer here, and let's stop this, guys. And so let's open our RabbitMQ configuration here, and I'm going to take one more queue here. So this is, I'm going to take all queue, and so let's take all, and after that, so this exchange is topic exchange. So let's change topic exchange. Let's copy this and paste here, and let's change this name as topic exchange here, and in the binding as well we need to change the topic exchange. So this topic exchange is expecting routing key. Okay, let's uncomment this code. So here I'm going to provide routing as A here, and so here I'm going to provide topic exchange for binding B, and let's open. Let's uncomment this routing B here, and I'm going to provide one more B for all queues here. Okay, let's add, so binding all. Okay, this is all q. Okay, and this is topic exchange. So the routing should be routing dot star here. Okay, so that's it. And come to this consumer. Sorry guys, I had changed this configuration in consumer, not a problem. Come back to your producer and open RabbitMQ configuration. Okay, let's paste here. Let's change this package name. Okay, and let's maximize this. So this is my configuration, right? So let's open the producer. So here I have a post, and this could be topic exchange. Okay, let's provide some routing key. So I'm going to provide routing key as A. Okay, then it should send the message to the QA and all Q as well. So let's start this application, and let's start this producer. Okay, it started guys. So let's hit the endpoint. Okay, I'm getting some error. I'm getting none. Okay, I think the container not started guys. Okay, I think this time it started. I sent the message successfully. Okay, let's come back to this RabbitMQ server and let's hit this endpoint and think. Okay, so let's click on queues. So here we have QA, QB and QR. So this QA and QR is got the message guys. Okay, so here ready to send these messages, the total messages to here. Okay, so if you click on QA, let's check this message. Get message. Okay, we have a payload here. Let's click on the exchanges. So here we have exchange topic, and this exchange is bounded to this QA, QB and QR. Okay, these are the routings guys, routing A, routing B and routing dot star. And let's open our receiver, that is consumer guys. So this is my consumer. Let's open the consumer and let's add one more method. Okay, receive from all queues. Sorry. And let's add q dot all here. Okay, let's start this. So now and check it out. Okay, this time it's printed successfully. Okay, QA QR. Okay, it's working fine guys. And at final I'm going to working on the header section guys. So let's open the header section. So if you can see here, so this is the header exchange. Header exchange route the messages based on the message headers. Okay, so the producer will send the messages like this. It will have the header message as A. So the exchange will route the messages based on the message headers to that appropriate queues here. From this queues to it will send the message to the consumer. Okay, so header message header instead of the routing key. So instead of routing key, it will use the header. Okay, so let's open RabbitMQ configuration here. Okay, so go back to your exchange. This is topic exchange, right? So let's change it to header section. So let's copy this header section here and paste here, and let's change this to header exchange, and let's change here as well. So in the binding I'm changed this. So for this header exchange there is no routing key. Okay, let's remove this, and here we have to use key and value, where key I'm going to take it as color, and the value is going to matches with red color here. Okay, so let's copy this. We need to provide for another binding as well. Let's change into headers exchange here, and let's remove this routing key here. Let's paste here, and I'm going to change blue color for this binding P, and here as well I'm going to change headers exchange, and let's remove this routing key as well, and let's replace with this key and value here. So I'm going to provide some green color. Okay, that's it. Here I have changed the header exchange, guys. Come back to your producer, and here, okay, so here as well we need to provide the header section, and after that so let's comment this, guys. This is not required. Okay, I'm going to explain some code. So let's provide some message properties. We need message properties, guys. So let's take message properties. So I'm going to take the new message properties here, and after that we need to set header here. For this message properties, set header. So for this header I'm going to set color as key, and the value I'm going to take message header, and open, we need message converter. Okay, let's take message converter here. So this message converter I'm going to take as simple message converter. Okay, and after that I need message, guys. So this message AMQP code message. Okay, and I'm going to convert with the help of message convert, and I'm going to send to message. So here we need message, and after that we need message properties. Okay, that's it, guys. And let's use RabbitMQ template.send method. This is going to be take exchange, that is header exchange. After that our routing key is null here, that is empty, and after that I need some message here. Okay, that is message one. This exchange should be get name. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, instead of request body I'm going to take so path variable. That path variable, okay, value I'm going to take it as message here. Let's take string. Okay, string as message here, and let's provide message here. That's it, and you can restart this application, guys. Application is restarted successfully, and come back here, and let's provide some red color here, and let's remove this, not required. Let's post this. Okay, I got the output message sent successfully, and come back here, and let's open RabbitMQ Server and click on queues. Okay, here we have QA, QB and QR. So this QA is got the message. Okay, one message. Let's click on this and let's check the message, guys. So get message, so that is red message. Okay, because so if you come here the RabbitMQ configuration, so we have checking this key color with red, that is the reason. So this is bound with QA. Okay, that is the reason QA got the message. Now let's come back to your producer. Let's configure same code. So let's copy this code and come back to your producer, and let's paste here. Okay, and let's override this and clear the console, and let's come back to consumer. So in the consumer I'm just changing from message to string, guys. Okay, so let's provide string. string. That's it. And let's start this application. Okay, we got the message. So message received from A, so that is red. Okay, so the header exchange as well working fine, guys. So now I'm going to talk about default exchange. Okay, let's open our PPT here. So the default exchange route the message to the queue by matching a queue name. Okay, so here you will send a message routing key equal to A, then it will send a message to the queue A. So the routing key equal to queue name. Okay, let's open our code here. Okay guys, so this is the header exchange example, right? So let's remove this code. So this is not required. And so here what we are going to do is, so here this exchange type and the routing key is not required here. So what you can do is, so you can just provide the queue name here. Okay, so the routing key is queue name. So if the queue name is matching, then it's going to be sent to that appropriate queue here. Okay, so let's restart this application. It started, guys. So let's hit the endpoint again, and let's open our consumer. See, this time we got the output from QA. Okay, so it's working fine, guys, because we have provided the queue name here. So instead of routing key and all those stuff, because there is no so the exchange name. Okay, the default exchange is the routing key should be matched with the queue name. That's it. That's it, guys. So these are the exchange type I have discussed here. And one more thing, so instead of queue name, so if you want to provide like the queue name here and the durable, all those things here. Okay, and we can use anonymous queue as well, guys. So this anonymous queue is don't have the name. Okay, so this property, so you can directly provide the anonymous queue. So this Spring AMQP is going to create this one queue with some random name. Okay, so once the server is stopped, and automatically this is automatically delete once the server is stopped. Okay, so this is how you can use the anonymous queue as well. So this is another approach. And so that's it, guys. So if you like this video, so please go ahead and like. If you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please go ahead and subscribe my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye, have a good day.